praise break moment today. I'm gonna give you one, and if you find yourself in it, I'm gonna give you a nugget out of my own testimony for a praise break today. This is one of my own personal accounts uh, of my testimony that leads me into the praise break for today, and I believe that you might find yourself in it. The year was 1978, and in case you didn't know, the praise break moment today is me. 1978, I developed an illness as a child. It was an illness, a respiratory illness, and I found myself hospitalized and was placed in an incubator to allow isolation and better breathing. To make matters worse, as a kid, I was a fighter. I fought the doctors and nurses, and I pulled out all the IVs and everything that they were trying to do to me, and I didn't realize they were trying to make me better. And so they even had to tie me down so that I can get some healing. And so even though I would pull out the machinery and all that, uh, God healed me. He healed me from that. I fast forward to 2024. Just a couple of weeks ago, I was diagnosed with COVID-19 after dodging it for 4 years. And I have to say, it was probably one of the uh, worst sicknesses that I've ever had in my body. And I deal with a autoimmune disease as we speak, but this seemed like a lot worse. And never had a hint of it until I got it, and I think I got all of it that came with it. And my shout is, this is my own shout, and it might be your shout for when you think back on your life, is that I thought to myself, and I had to give glory to God, because the God of my 1978 is still the God of my 2024. Oh, that shouted me by myself. You ain't gotta, you could come with me if you want to, but it's so good to know that the same God that healed me from the illness I had in 78 that kept me here is the same God that healed me from this COVID thing. And yeah, I'm still dealing with a little bit, but guess what? I'm still here. And the blessing of it is that when God reminds you who he is, he reminds you that he's a healer. He reminds you that he's a keeper. He reminds us that he will always make ways for us, even when we can't make ways for ourselves. That is something for us to give God praise for, and that's something for us to celebrate. The same God that took care of that little boy in 1978 to make sure he got to 2024 is the same God that got me through the illness that I had in 2024. And whatever else is wrong with me, the same God will get me through the next thing. And the same God will get you through the next thing. And as long as we are alive in these feeble bodies, there's going to be a next thing. Yeah, that's going to be a next thing. But I can tell you for sure, and I know for myself, that God is a healer. So I want to thank you all for your prayers. Thank you all those who reached out to me and prayed with me. I certainly felt the love, and although I may not have responded to many of you and got back to you, God did an amazing thing. And so I'm grateful for that, grateful for my caregivers in my home, my wife and my son, and all those who checked in on me. Just grateful. God is so good, and he is more than amazing, and his grace is more than amazing. God bless y'all.